Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. So, in the last class, we did discuss some of the beginning paragraphs of the Portrait of a Lady, and we came to know that the grandmother was very old. We came to know about the physical appearance of the grandmother and a little bit about the attachment that both of them shared. And Khushwant Singh's parents left the grandmother and Khushwant Singh in the village and they settled in the city. So those were the things we discussed in the last class. So coming back to the next paragraph, that is the fourth paragraph. You please see the fourth paragraph. My grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple. So there was a reason, there was a purpose behind grandmother always taking Khushwant Singh along and making him drop in the school. And the purpose was a temple was attached to the school. As we earlier discussed, that she was a very devoted kind of lady. She kept chanting the gods all the time. Isn't it so? She kept chanting. See, she kept remembering and recalling the names of gods all the time. So whenever she finds a temple or so, she becomes very much connected towards such kind of visiting the temple and all. Alright, so what Khushwant Singh says here is that she always used to drop him in the school because a temple was attached to the school and she always used to visit that temple. The priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer. Since the school and the temple was attached, so the priest of that temple used to teach the morning prayers and alphabets to the school children. While the children sat in rows on either side of the veranda singing the alphabet or the prayer in a chorus, my grandmother sat inside reading the scriptures. So both of them, both the children and the grandmother, they keep on doing different activities. So what did the children do? The children sat in both sides of the veranda and they used to sing songs in chorus. Together they used to sing. Alright? Whereas on the other hand, what did the grandmother do? She sat inside the temple and she kept reading the scriptures. Scriptures, as you must be knowing, that is some sacred writings of God. Okay, it's a sacred writing which delivers great sayings about God. When we had both finished, we would walk back together. After completing their activities, they used to come back together. This time, the village dogs would meet us at the temple door, and while coming back to their home, they always used to meet the village dogs that always used to keep waiting for the grandmother. As earlier we know that the grandmother used to pack those stale chapatis and feed it to the village dogs. Alright, and she always used to do that. So that is the reason the village dogs always used to keep waiting for the grandmother, that when she will come and feed them some food. They followed us to our home. They, now who are they here? They here refers to the village dogs. So they followed us to our home, growling and fighting with each other for the chapatis we threw to them. So sweetly, this kind of behavior is shown here. They used to jump over each other in order to take the chapatis that were thrown to them. They used to jump over each other. They used to growl over each other. So there was a kind of competition that was going on among the dogs only. And whoever gets the chapati, just feed it inside. Alright, so that is it about this paragraph. Coming back to the next, when my parents were comfortably settled in the city, they sent for us. After few years, when Khushwant Singh's parents were fully settled in the city, when they were completely settled in the city, then what did they do? They sent for grandmother and Khushwant Singh. That means they invited grandmother and Khushwant Singh back to city. That was a turning point in our friendship. Now, the friendship was between Khushwant Singh and the grandmother. So, when does the turning point come between Khushwant Singh and the grandmother? When Khushwant Singh's parent sent for them and asked them to settle in city. Although we shared the same room, my grandmother no longer came to school with me. So finally, when they came back to the city, and suddenly, all of a sudden, what happened is that everything just suddenly changed. And that moment is being referred to as turning point in the life of Khushwant Singh. Alright, because situations changed, things changed, and automatically activities also got changed. So, though they shared the same room, my grandmother no longer came to school with me. Since now it is a city life, so the Khushwant Singh always used to go to school via school bus. So here there is no point of grandmother dropping him to school. I used to go to an English school in a motor bus. So now he used to go to school by motor bus. There were no dogs in the streets, and she took to feeding sparrows in the courtyard of our city house. So that is the only thing that she made herself busy the whole day. Alright, not only thing, I would say two things. So she used to do two activities that actually made her busy the whole day out. So first is chanting name of God, chanting the prayers, and second is she used to feed the sparrows in the courtyard. As the years rolled by, we saw less of each other. As I mentioned earlier also, that when things change, what happens? Certain kind of generation gap appears as we age, as we grow higher and higher. What happens? That the moment situation changes, certain kind of generation gap appears, and the same thing happened with Khushwant Singh and his grandmother. All right. For some time, she continued to wake me up and get me ready for school. For some time, for few days, it happened like what it used to happen earlier, but that was only for a short period of time, because earlier she always used to wake him up for going to school. But now that doesn't happen. When I came back, she would ask me what the teacher had taught me. After coming back from school, the grandmother used to ask Khushwant Singh that what were the things, what did you learn from school today? Okay, that was the question put forward by the grandmother towards Khushwant Singh. I would tell her English words and little things of Western science and learning. So as we did discuss about this, that as a person ages, what happens? Like our grandmothers always, try to impart some kind of moral teachings, some kind of moral lessons to their grandchildren. So in the similar way, the grandmother here also, she wanted that Khushwant Singh should get some kind of moral lessons from the school. But since it is city life, so it was not possible in that kind of environment. Okay, so the learnings, the teachings that used to impart to the children in city life were based on the topics of science, based on the topics of math. Okay, so these are the topics that is being said here. So what did he answer to grandmother? See, I would tell her English words and little things of Western science and learning. Okay, the science, topics related to science, topics related to math were being taught in the school. And that is what Khushwant Singh says here. The law of gravity, Archimedes principle related to physics. You must have got in class, I guess 9 or 10, right? Related to quantum physics, quantum mechanics. The world being round, geography related to geography, etc. So these were the topics that used to taught to the school children in the city life. This made her unhappy. So after coming to know about the topics that were being taught to the school children in city life, the grandmother became very depressed. She became unhappy. She was sad because she wanted that the school management should teach some kind of moral lessons too in their syllabus, in their course, so that the students of young generation should develop some kind of moral conduct, moral behavior within them. She could not help me with my lesson. So now what happens is that the grandmother could not able to help Khushwant Singh in any of these topics because she was illiterate. She did not know any of the topics that Khushwant Singh mentioned to her. She did not believe in the things they taught at the English school. Now it is being said as English school. So she is totally ignorant of what the teachings were being made in these kind of English school, and was distressed that there was no teaching about God and the scriptures. So this was the reason why she became sad, because in English school there was no teaching about God, there was no teaching about the scriptures, which the children must know in order to make themselves rooted with their culture and tradition. Alright? So one day I announced that we were being given music lessons. I, that is Khushwant Singh. So Khushwant Singh said to the grandmother that music was also imparted to them in English school. She was very disturbed, and after coming to know about the teaching of music, she became very much disturbed to her, because according to her, music had lewd associations. Lewd associations means it's kind of vulgar, not catering to the moral behavior of a child, which doesn't cater to the moral conduct of a child. Alright, so she thinks music is all about vulgarity. Music is all about, dirty things. Alright, so that was the thinking of grandmother. It was the monopoly of harlots and beggars, and not meant for gentlefolk. See, music is being compared with the monopoly of harlots and beggars. So only these kinds of people has got association with music. Harlots means, here it refers to prostitute. Alright, so harlot and beggars. So only this particular set of section constituting people has got connection with music. But it is not meant for gentlefolk. It is not meant for gentlemen or gentlewomen. So that is what she used to think. She said nothing, but her silence meant disapproval. So at that point of time, she was completely numb. She did not even utter a word to Khushwant Singh. She did not say anything. And that silence of the grandmother was very disturbing to Khushwant Singh, because that meant disapproval. She could not able to resist about the topics that were being taught to the school children in English school. So she really talked to me after that, as she was depressed, as she was unhappy. So afterwards, what happened, there was a difference that started to create between grandmother and Khushwant Singh. Alright, so that was about it. I hope let's wind up for today. You please go through these paragraphs, whatever we discussed today, all right? And if you have any doubt, you do ask me, all right? So everyone, please take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next class. Thank you.